So, what is it you find yourself resisting that if instead you lowered your walls and barriers and allowed yourself to be present with it instead of avoid it, could actually be a gift to you? Hello, beautiful people. It is I. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness. And as you can see behind me, Uluru. Oh, by the way, I made some new friends on this trip, and like literally, they in every hotel here they give you fly screens so that you don't have this going on. And but consciousness includes everything, right? But that doesn't mean you become a doormat. But I got to tell you, it opens the door for a completely different experience. Um, and so when I got here, especially at the car park, these guys just are like, "Yay, people! Hi!" And they just swarm, right? I guess you probably want to see Uluru. I don't blame you. And by the way, I'm over here. I'm way away. I just didn't feel honoring to make a video right up close. Um, they talk about many sacred places on the earth, of course, and a lot of people make that rather significant. But for me, it's an honoring and acknowledgement of the energy of, um, and in this particular case, something that is so dynamically different, so dynamically contributory. Anyway, back to the flies, my new friends. So I realized, like a lot of people, I had resistance, especially like if they would go here or go in my eyes or whatever. And I was like, what other choice do I have available? Talked to my friend Monica, and we were like, hey guys, what are you being? And what gift are you that people aren't receiving? And what can we receive from you? And it was very interesting. The moment she asked, what are you being? I felt their little legs soften up on my face because I had about 10 of them on my face at the time. And it became this tickle, I can't even explain it, but these are my new friends. I made many new friends on this journey. But wouldn't it be an interesting thing if you had a lot of new friends in all kinds of ways? See, one of the things we're really good at is rejecting receiving. And one of the things that's occurred for a lot of us is as the gift we were as kids, it was totally rejected. So we don't value it. And so we tend to look through the box of this reality. And this thing with the flies, by the way, like it's been amazing. It's not even a gimmick. It's like I enjoy having them around, which is like, are you serious? And they come and they're like, hi, and and not only that, but they've been around my eyes a lot. I've been here, a week, you may know. By the way, if you haven't participated in the EJG challenge, there's a Tour of Consciousness, and I go live every day on Instagram. Follow me there, sign up for notifications so you can find out when I go live. And but having these guys has been such a contribution. But also, like so many things, it's like, so the best of my ability, use everything to get more awareness, and to the best of my ability, have that be a contribution to not only you, but also the rest of my life and everybody I come into contact with. And what I found is it might be the very thing you're resisting the most that might give you the most freedom. So what is it you find yourself resisting that if instead you lowered your walls and barriers and allowed yourself to be present with it instead of avoid it, could actually be a gift to you? Um, and another, so there's that. Sorry, that's one tool. But the other thing I want to mention here is when I come to Uluru, and I lovingly call it the rock, I do my best to open up for whatever it might show me, contribute to me that I don't have words for, may have never experienced before. I don't just walk and go, wow, pretty rock. Like there's a track around, it's about 6 miles, 10 kilometers. And, and people are like, I ran the track. But they so here's the thing about people is they so seldom receive the nurturing gift that something can be. Like this place is one of the most nurturing places I've ever been. And I had not experienced something like that before, even though I've been to some of the significant places in the world. And so, uh, what I'm trying to say is, what if you allowed yourself to receive more from everything around you that's gifting to you? As people, we tend not to do that very much. And it's almost like we're more committed to being people than we are to thriving, to enjoying our lives, to sucking the juice out of every drop of life, you know? And for me, that receiving is part of thriving. And so, and what you'll see here is, you see a bunch of tourists, and some of them are, they're like, I am doing Uluru, and it's like, and then they're going to go do someplace else, and they're not going to be present for that. And, okay, cool. Allowance, that's great. And what if there's a much greater gift available if we would just allow it? So, those are my ponderings for today in the Tour of Consciousness. What is it you've been resisting that if you didn't would make your life really rich? And if all you got to do is really be with it for a moment, the whole idea of consciousness is getting awareness where you may not have awareness, right? So all you got to do is be with it for a minute. And like I used to resist the flies, and now they're my best friends. Ooh, found a piece of plastic. Throw that away. And also, like, what are the things that are nurturing around that you may not have acknowledged, may not have noticed, that you can start receiving from? Because there's so many things to receive from on this beautiful planet, like my new friends, the flies. And how beautiful can your life get if you open up and say yes more, instead of thinking that you're somehow either needing to protect yourself from flies, for example, or like you've grown up with people who are rigid and and sort of reject most things. And it's a sadness when you grow up around people who reject. Like I grew up in a family that pretty much rejected everything, unless it fit into a tiny little box. And what a sadness! What a sad way to live, to compress your life so dynamically so that you can just keep it in a little box and be right. So anywhere you're doing that, where you destroy and uncreate all that, and everything you've done to buy that, and everything you've done to just duplicate your family, because, well, I don't know, because you destroy and uncreate it all, please. Times a gazillion, right? Wrong about all 100, Pod Poc, Shorts, Boys, Poveds, Bases, Creations, and Beyonds. So, yeah, so many conversations, so little time. If you do a class with me or a Zoom, we'll be talking about these things. I can pretty much guarantee it, because that's the way consciousness works. Go out, get more awareness, bring it to as many people who are willing to hear it, and make things greater for all of us. All right, beautiful you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for enjoying the Tour of Consciousness. By the way, once again, if you like it, please like it. If you hate it, thumbs down. Please like, comment, subscribe. That would really help me out, and also let YouTube know that people are watching, so they will send it to more people so they could watch too, because who wouldn't want to experience the beauty of Uluru? And what if you truly being you are the gift, the change, and the possibility this beautiful world requires? Thanks for being beautiful, you. See you next time. Bye-bye.